We've got a 1983 Mercedes-Benz 300 SD. This is a common problem with this model and probably the other W126 cars. I have to change out the alternator. You can see I've got a new one in here, and it's held on by two bolts. One underneath, which is very easy to get at, and the second one is the adjusting bolt, and that's the main reason I made this video. Most people, there it is right there, most people will take a crowbar or something and pry the little housing on the frame there to get that threaded bolt out of there. And I don't think the Mercedes engineers envision people bending that out of there. Now what I did was I got a 13mm socket on the end of that adjustment bolt right there, and I forced it to come off. And in doing so, on the very end of the threaded rod, I messed up the threads, so I had to grind down on a bench grinder about 1/8 inch of that, so that this long nut here, adjusting nut, could grab the threads of the bolt. That allowed me not to have to bend this piece or this piece right here to get that bolt out. And you'll see that adjusting bolt goes down, and you can see it, and then it runs that way through the alternator frame and of course the alternator, and then it has a nut towards the back side. Now if that does not work for some reason, you can always take the nut off and slide the bolt out that holds this alternator frame to the engine, and then you will remove the entire alternator frame and the alternator, and you can get it out that way, but that's more work. Anyway, this invention is good for adjusting your belts on the alternator, but it's not so convenient for replacing the alternator. This is a close-up of the bracket removed from the car, and you can see the adjusting bolt. And this is the part of the bolt that the alternator is affixed to. Now it's very easy just to back this all the way out, then that bolt comes up, you can pull it out of the alternator, and then the bracket's still attached to the engine frame.